Okay, hello guys, sorry for the long wait. Welcome to NerdThings. I was just trying to set up the stream, get everything working. Hello. I've now got chat up on my screen. I want to put YouTube chat on though, so if you give me another couple of seconds. Right, so if I go and add YouTube live chat to OBS as well, so I can see it all up on my TV, that would be great, and that way I don't have to keep on clicking away when we're coding. Just so you know, emojis don't seem to work. Custom ones don't seem to work on the YouTube chat thing, like on this thing here. Right, I had to go deal with something. Right, so let me just set up this chat. Don't really care about what it looks like, right? Browser. Right, so if I paste in that, and then I grab this URL, paste it in, and hit OK. Hang on a minute, let me just turn off slow mode. Hang on, no, right, if I hit F5, am I still logged into NerdThings? Nope. Switch back over to NerdThings, please. Right, let's have a look here, let's stream options, advanced, slow mode off, save. And if I go back into there, now chat should be normal. Nope. Okay, just ignore the big ugly boxes. Right, so now fix my zoom. Right, you're a mod now, I think. Okay, who's watching? Say hi in either the stream chat on Discord or anywhere else. In just a couple of minutes, we will begin coding. Let's just try and get my TV on HD. There we go. Much better. Right. So now that should work just fine. Chat should work. How late am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, about 9 or 10 seconds out, which is fine. Awesome. Right, so let me go and open up all my software. Now our logos will be changing. Our graphic designers are on it. They are just not online at the moment. They will be some point in the stream. And also our vice manager or co-manager, whatever you want to call it, is also online soon. This isn't exploit development, tada. We're working on the game engine. Right, so we'll re-enable streamer mode right here. Okay then, so now I'll just wait for Visual Studio to load up. Okay, prepare for Inception, because I am about to turn on my display, which I need to do through OBS, and so this might look a little bit goofy. Let's hit that. There we go, right. Let's see how long it takes, and also let's make sure that the transparency balancing is good. Let me just test the Discord one. Okay, Discord shows up as well, fine. And there's not much latency at all, which is good. Okay, cool, right. This is really weird, having so many chats on screen at once. Let me just replug my mic, it's gotten all twisted. I've tried out a new setting on the stream, but I think I'm going to turn it off a second actually, because basically it means this stream won't be saved. I can't change it. Right, this stream will not be saved. Oh no, it will be, it will. No, you just can't seek whilst it's playing. Basically, it's best for real-time interaction, so I can ask you guys and show things. Don't call me... What? Add... Actually, I should do this on my phone so that you guys don't see this mess. Where's my phone? It's in my pocket. There we go. Right then, so this is Inferno in its current really messy state, using a bunch of hotfixes, etc. We're going to go using desktop today. No, let's not delete all files, thank you. Right, so no, we're not adding that at all. Right, so this adds all the globals to the LUA state. Basically, we have an LUA state for LUA-based games, which is cool. But no, let's not encrypt anything either. Right, so basically, when you set enable Lua, it'll either configure it or disable it by setting it to null, and then all of this. So event is set, and then event.new you could do. I just hit start, haven't I? The UI system has not currently been ported to this new system, and so it's completely separate, which is what we're going to be working on, I think, today. Oh, we've got errors. Where have we got errors? No argument to the... Okay, yeah, right. True. Because I use LUA in my test program. Right. So when we start it up, we don't have any of the game running yet, because of the fact all we have running is the UI system, which is just testing back in the very early days. So this is the UI system, basic toggles and things. I'm going to change all the logic behind this now. All of the logic will be changed using text labels, etc. And so first off, we're going to make a new class for services, because instances are currently set up, but we're going to make a service class now. Because currently, all services inherit instance. So the workspace service inherits instance. I'm going to change it so that it inherits service. So basically, game model, which is like data model on Roblox, is an instance, but it will also have our what are they called? Services in them. So if you would make a Steam platform, what would I name it? I would name it not Steam. Right. You can't at Rover in there either. It's at NerdThings, I think. But it wouldn't do much either. Right then, so I'm gonna go and write this class. So basically, it's gonna be similar to instance, which we have over here, because instance has all this logic behind it for parenting and such. We're gonna have all the exact same stuff. So we're gonna have a public instance of parent, which get will return private instance parent, which then my spelling today, right, underscore parent, and then set will be doing something like this again. Basically, we'll make sure the parent isn't locked, which is a private boolean. That's basically when you delete, it'll lock the parent so you can't reuse it again. We're not having that. Public string name. Pretty sure that's what I did up here. Oh yeah, I don't have that on that system because of the way I've done. And then remove child this will not be the case. It'll need to be remove service. Okay, so all instances can contain services then. So now what I do is I go and write this up. Right, so these are the services. Right, and then I can go down here, show copy child management, but call it service management. So this service management, add service. I've not got any events for it yet, so I won't. Right, we don't have an event for it yet. That is to be implemented, so I won't. Right. Now, things can't share names. Oh, that's what that was. Right, I need to fix that then. Right, but get service. Nope, we won't have classes for services. So, clear services will not be a thing either. And we won't get all services, because that allows exploitability if you're trying to hide something. Right. So now, name up here checks if there's something that exists. So we want to do this here, again. And then private string underscore name. Right, we're not going to bother with Moonsharp things yet. And that doesn't exist. Right, so that basically throws an error that you cannot set a service and another service to the same name. That is against the rules. So, basically this service, if it already exists, it'll throw an error to our error system. Remove the service and then add service. Okay, so that's all the storage data I need, I think. Like all the information that I need. I don't need. I store that already. It doesn't have children. Basically, services cannot contain children. Actually, yes, they can. Can't they? Sorry, yeah, they need to, don't they? Sorry, I'm being an idiot. Right. So it's going to be quite similar again then. They cannot contain services though. Services are children only from that point, I think. Unless... Should we make services inherited by instance themselves as well? So an instance is inherited... No, a service is inherited by an instance which overrides a bunch of stuff, meaning that you can't use services inside. Actually, I will just do that, but I can override a bunch of things. So if I go right? So there'll be no constructors, so that you can't break it. And so these constructors are what you need in order to make it creatable. If you don't have them, it will error. See here, it finds it. This is a bit like it cannot create an illegal type because it's not an instance, and that's just return null just in case. And then you've got these are throw exceptions rather than the error system, because these are bad. These are bad for the client PC if they try to create something bad. And then you've got unknown instance type. That'll throw just an error because, oh, we can't create something, that's fine. And then, oh, unable to create in the new instance, maybe it doesn't support it being created, which is what will happen. Okay, and so services now will basically just not be creatable. I think that's the only difference that we're going to make them have. Other than they have different rules on drawing and stuff, but that is for the individual service to configure. So I'm not entirely sure what the service would need. These will possibly be overridden. Yeah, I'll make it even easier. I shall override them in this. Update and get inputs are the same, just so you're aware. It's just one that you can do beforehand and afterwards. So if we go get draw, so that'll just stop that from calling. If you can't update, return. Get inputs. If not, can update, return. Right, and then that I need to have a system for setting this. Now I need to make services not be able to modify this itself. So I need to make a service thing that you can only set this up on creation. So I need a constructor which will have bool can draw, bool can update, and that will be consistent throughout the entire program. Hang on a second. So now we can go can update. Okay, so now we have a way of setting this up. And disable destruction straight out. We can't destroy one of these, so there's no point allowing them to be destroyed. And what will happen now is I think that will be us sorted, if I'm right. And so I think we're good on that front now, actually. Let's just see what's happening here. Right, so on that front I think we're good. So what we might need to do now is just implement this on the other services. So workspace, and now inherits service, which no longer needs this stuff. It will just redirect to the base constructor. So this will no longer have arguments at all. Actually no, it needs a parent argument still as well. So if I go back to the base constructor, a game model no, I need instance parent, which game model is an instance. So then parent equals parent, right? And so now game true true. That enables updates and drawings, so whatever's in this place will be drawn, and whatever is needing updating will run update scripts. This is a good way of making a script service that does execute scripts, and then areas that don't execute scripts, so like a redundant script zone and things. So now that's to be done. So now that's a service. There'll be an error somewhere, and the resource manager is now a service needing this service does not require any update or any draw, and so I will deny all access, and then this will just do the same again. Even though max resources isn't going to be used, I think I'm just going to like remove max resources. No, I'm going to make it higher actually. I'll make it 10,000 max resources to start out with, and then if somebody needs it more, then we can modify it at some point. Right. And because this is created in C#, we'll throw a C# exception. Okay, and so now the last service that we have for the moment is the error system, which will now inherit service, which will do the base of game false false. So anything inside of it. So if I was to place the player inside of error system or resource manager, they would no longer work until they were pulled back out. This here is the error system, where you throw an error. If you're on desktop, then it will be able to show message boxes and receive your input. Other operating systems I've not yet written the code for, and so they will just automatically attempt to fix it, so hide the error message, or they'll close. Why is YouTube closed? Why is my remote so hot as well? Oh, the internet disconnected me off of the YouTube app, so I couldn't use it. Right, restart that. Right, so I saved unknown response from error query, even though that shouldn't happen. Okay, right, let's just go back onto my subscriptions and bring that back up onto the screen. Right, so now we need to go back to the game class, because now this is going to need some constructor fixes. I think that was the only one actually. Good. So if I hit F5 it should build. Error system is a thing. Value is a thing. Parent is null. Right, so now parent question mark.name will mean if it's not null, get it. Game dot where is this thrown from? Am I not setting the name? Oh, I'm not, am I? Try that out. Oh. There we go. Awesome. So let's see, is the device on? Nope. Right, cool. Right on. So now services cannot be created by LUA, and they can only be created in C# because I won't allow them. Like, they can be created in C#, but I don't expect people to, because the game is freshly created already. Right then, so what I need to do now is come up with more types. Actually, I'm going to compress all these. No, it's fine there. So now I'm going to add. Now I need to change graphics sprite, because this is really messy. Right, so sprite. This is currently model game heavy. That's because I'm not using my own API or anything, right? So these can be animated, which is a good thing about them. Right. So the animation constructor will accept a sprite sheet, a position, a frame count, frame width, frame height, a draw width, a draw height, a frame speed, and a boolean of loop. And so if you put this into a drawing but non-updating area, then it would just display the same picture even if it was meant to be animated. I don't know why I said that at all. Right, so now I add a new class called sprite here. Now this is the public class sprite of instance. Who's referencing this? Object.cs will not have a sprite field. An object will just have physics. But that's not done yet, so this is the old system actually. I'll just leave it for now. Right, so this private sprite inferno.graphics.sprite right. Now none of this will be very easily compatible with LUA at the moment because of the fact sprites aren't available to monogame. So I want to make a file system implementation of this at some point. But for now, we're not worried about LUA as a primary. So we should do set sprite underscore sprite equals sprite. Right. And then if I go into here, then I can copy this. This is the constructor list. Then I can go and paste these in, and then that will allow it to be created in game in LUA. And so now override draw, because we're actually going to draw stuff. I go underscore sprite dot draw translation matrix. This is the old API. This is really old, actually. Right, so I want to go game.game.camera.translation matrix. There we go. That's really messy, but for now it'll work. And then public override. If I override update, Now I go underscore sprite dot update. Right then. I might put that argument back in everything else, but for now I'm not going to. So now the sprite will draw in areas that are allowed to draw. This is all that the sprite needs to be. Now I'm going to make a public void unset sprite just for clarity. I'll add these so that the runtime doesn't crash when something goes wrong. And then public void unset right. Can you get sprites from the resource manager? You can get anything from resource manager, can't you? Right, cool. This resource manager is actually going to be killed though. It's just there for compatibility at the moment. I think. No, I should just remove this. Actually, it's not going to be used much, is it? I hope not. It's used in the test game. We'll just add this. Right, so now the workspace has a gravity as well. This will affect the physics of the objects, because the objects these will have physics that rely on the workspace, because these will be parented some point by the workspace. And so this will be okay, I believe, right? So now this I can now move around. Actually, does a sprite contain location information? A vector 2 of a position, which is modifiable. Right, and so I'm going to add right. Now this is going to be a bit of a pain, because I need to set location information to here. Unless I just set objects to have a sprite like this, but I want kind of sprites to be a separate instance so you can use them anywhere. I just have to provide a position. Right. So now you can set a position for that sprite, but that's not going to help. And then maybe public right, so maybe this update position should be used this is a pain. They're going to have individual. No, that's what I was going to do. I was going to let them have individual positions. So this object will have a position, which should be led by physics, but it will still need to. You'll still need to move each sprite individually, which might be a bit of a pain. Ah, which is why I can add an onMove event, which people can hook, right? So on move will provide the new position. And that way I could hook it with a method which will update the position of any of the sprites that I have. That way I can use this in UIs as well, which just give it a position. So that's cool. I also want to do text labels and stuff, but first I'm going to go GitHub desktop. Just going to sync it up. Right. Right, so let's see here. Okay. Let's have a think. What do we want to accomplish as well in this engine at the moment? We can already update a position, which is easy enough to do because you can just go update position, give it a coordinate. I've not made any constructors for this yet, so it's not usable in LUA, but that's fine. Neither are sprites for the moment. Then we just delete the resource manager, and then we can fix all the bugs arranged around the area. Right. Oh, add service, please. Right, and then now actually no, I can just go Arial is like sprite fonts aren't valid things though, are they? Let me revert this changes then. No, I didn't meant to save that. Right, there we go. Resource manager is apparently actually really crucial. So, we should keep it then. Awesome. So now we might want to add text labels, but the UI, all this stuff is dead. All this needs to be redone. Graphics. What code is in the label? Sprite fonts are my least favourite thing in this monogame thing, because they're extremely tedious to work with. You've got to have a monogame file for them. You can't just open up a TTF file or anything like that, or 2-type font or anything like that. This all has to be in their format. But this code looks okay to be used. So let me copy it into Right, and then I paste that in there, and then I remove the iComponent thingy. That should solve a number of these issues. These can be now removed. That's actually really messy. Again, I'm going to leave the game class. I'm going to refactor it again in another update. I think that's the best thing to do for now. Alright, okay, that's fine. Right. So for now, I'm not going to change anything. This is really dirty and disgusting code, but I'm going to leave it for now. It's basically going to be exactly the same as the sprite code, except for... Where'd my sprite code go? It undid the sprite code, didn't it? Where's the recycle bin? Oh, it's on the desktop. Why can you not get to there through there? Damn it, it didn't get deleted either. Right, write it time again. Right. So I want to do it again then. So I go public text label. I want the usual constructors though, don't I? Which I can get from somewhere. No, I'll just do override update. No, label doesn't need update. Just needs underscore label dot draw time game dot camera dot translation matrix public void set label text I won't add font soon. Right. So now what we want to do is underscore label dot text equals That's all you really need to do. No, public void set label color. Okay. I know that's inefficient, but I can't be bothered. Right. So now, basically setting label text, etc. is all that, and then label question mark draw. Right. I'm going to turn camera into an instance, so then I think it won't change much if I go colon instance. Let's see if I break it or not. Don't think so. So now camera's an instance, pretty much. Camera will not be creatable either. Right, so now game. Alright, it's in game model, isn't it? I delete that now. Let's do make a service actually. Let's add to this horrible mess. I just made a major hole in my instance code here. When it does update and draw and all that, it doesn't do it for everybody, it only does it for the instances. Right, can I make this? Can I add a type argument onto that? I can. Oh well. I was gonna add like argument things to that, but not yet. I'll do that later. Because that actually adds complications for this when you're doing it in LUA. Right. So, the next thing we want is... Right, what drives me nuts is all these things that show up. Like, you know, at the top. So I'm going to go around, and if there are some, I'm going to deal with them. Oh wait, yeah, that's fine. So that, for instance, I don't need these. See, most of these I've already done. All these useless classes are actually made for LUA. I've been planning LUA for a while, and I've only just implemented. This is going to be deleted, so I don't bother about them. And then we have this, which I don't think there's any uses. Okay, so save all. Right. This needs cleaning up. This entire class is not nice. This is going to be completely depreciated. And this is going to be. Now, let's make something like the workspace. But not. Let's add. Oh, does service have a constructor for a name? Yes, it does, right. So I just need a service, I don't need to name it. Does workspace do anything special? Can I remove them and clean them up a bit? Yes, that does have special things, but UI will not be special. Actually, yeah, I will allow scripts. Okay, so actually, I'm not going to support that. Or should I? Like Roblox does. I'm just not going to do that, actually. And enum is public. Let's add that as well. This one is not supported by Moon Sharp yet, and so it will be hidden. Sadly, I have to mark that as a Moon Sharp user data. Now all of these will be hidden from Moon Sharp. Because this has to be able to show up, but you mustn't be able to use it. Like, use all the constructors and things. Position is a user data. Nope, and nope. Objects. They aren't finished yet, so I won't worry about them. Actually, no, I will allow that to be modified. Actually, should I make it so you can't read the Lua source? So it can only be set. That would actually be a big benefit in games. Game.error system.throw !throw new error that will alert people because basically, if a Lua source is trying to be modified, then it will say no. So that means you can't have an exploit that goes and reads the source code for a script in a game, which is a lifesaver, which is actually really useful because if you put it there, then you know what it says. Simple as. Question is, should I add something like Roblox's script context that does like server side stuff, or should I leave that until I do multiplayer? That's the question. I don't think I will. Smell dog toys or something, I don't know. Not sure. Oh well, right. Hello. Right. Let's continue working on these, making sure that they're all set up correctly. Probably going too ham with these, but you can never go too sure. Actually, should I I'm going to refactor game now. So all these things will be removed and stored elsewhere, which is going to be a big job. Let's cut those out. Let's go and get Notepad out. What? Paste that in there, and so I know what I need to pop in. I can close you off for now. Now I need to keep some things like Lua State. Those I don't need. That'll be kept. I don't need that here. I gotta keep that there. Not gonna have that there. Not gonna have that there. Not gonna have that there. Not having that there. Wait, did I delete game? Yes, I did. I need to keep that. And so those are things I'm going to add in the resource manager, I think. Right, so now these things don't exist because I need to go new error system game. Alright, that's going to cause a lot of errors. But we can fix them all. See. That didn't help. Right. What's resource manager's name? Resources. I'm leaving that error there because that's being replaced as well. No, I don't need to add question marks on any of the ones that I've just done because they should exist, and so if they don't, then there's an issue. Because no things should be used until the system comes online. Yeah, leave that error for now, right? I leave you my manager issues. Right, fine, I should remove it. One message. Fine. Awesome, we've got no more pop-ups coming at me. Right then, so that is that. Now the UI will not show up. Watch. Oh, hello, more errors. Oh, camera does not have a constructor. It takes annoying. Well, this doesn't matter. I'll just delete UI manager now and be done with it because we're getting rid of it anyway. Right? Now this will just open up a blank window. Oh yeah, right. There we go, look. That's what's supposed to happen. Empty window. That means that it's started up, but there's nothing being drawn. I'll actually fix that bug whilst we're at it, because that is actually a bug. It's supposed to draw a white background on it. Let's do a clear twice. There we go, now it'll stay white. Because it's basically what that was doing, it was telling it to clear on the render target, but not clear on the actual render there. So actually, I cannot do that. I can just like remove that bit, because we don't need to make a white render, because it needs to be rendered on top of white. So, oh, I've broken it. What? Oh, because this is being rendered on top with black. Okay, so it needs a both. Makes sense. Don't even need these regions anymore. There's no such thing as UI drawing. Right, let's just test that UWP is still working. Android does not work. Scaling is completely broken. That's something I'm going to have to fix myself, sadly, because it's something I can't do on stream because you need mobile to do it. Hang on just a second. Right, UWP works, and I'm going to go now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys, hopefully with the rest of the NerdThings team, or somewhat close to it, next time. Bye bye.